Hey guys, welcome back to Super Switch U. Um, Today, I would like to discuss the future releases for Switch 2. I had to collect my thoughts there for a second. Um, but the actual calendar for what's coming out. So not anything without release dates or digital only titles. We're just talking about retail releases, and we're gonna go over the game key cards, the code in the box, and pure physical. I'll just, as I go through each one, I'll let you guys know what it is. That way, you kind of have an idea of what's coming out, at least what you can go pick up in a store. Um, and whatever your preferred method of purchasing that is your uh, prerogative there. That's your business. But we're going to go over it. First, there's a channel that I watch, and thought there for a minute he was going to give up the YouTube, and he didn't, but he was real close. A lot of people reporting this guy's channel, and so it's made it to where people can't find his stuff as easy, and notifications won't go out. Monetization's kind of stopped for most things, but he's still going to push through. So to Mike Odyssey, good luck in your new journey and the rebranding of sorts. And yeah, and if you're wondering why I'm shouting him out first, uh, he did a video after a live stream that he was talking about the future of his channel and stuff. And in this video, he was showing off comments from people over the last few weeks, and of those, my comment actually got featured. So technically, I got featured on his channel. So we'll throw a shout out back to Mike Odyssey. If you don't follow him or you don't watch his stuff, I will put a link in the description. Definitely check out his channel. He's got some good stuff. But also support my channel too. So just support us both. It's all good. We both kind of do a similar thing. I try to keep most of the stuff clean on this channel. I can't keep the gameplay footage stuff. Like if we end up playing a trailer or whatever and it's got things in it, then that's is what it is. But I'm not gonna swear and do all the other stuff because my son's usually in the room anyway. But I try to run a cleaner channel. I don't necessarily have to do all that crap either. So, but he does the same thing. So I feel like we got the same kind of vibes going on. So if you like the stuff that I do, you might like the stuff that he does, and I would think vice versa. So with that said, let's let's get into the actual part of this video, because really I've been thinking about this for a while, like the release calendar, just because it's July. Like it's not even the beginning of July. We are now in the center of July, and um, see, it's July 11th. So release date for Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 plus 4, which I was not able to pick up for either the Switch 1 or the Switch 2. Um, Honestly, I would just end up getting the Switch 1 version, I think, at this point. Um, for a couple of reasons. All right, obviously it's a code in a box for uh, Switch 2, which is worse than doing a game key card. So I was not going to do it that way anyway. I would have just done it digitally. But my Switch 2 has already filled up in memory most of the way, so I don't need something taking the rest of what I got. So there's no point there. It's just a remake of some PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, N64 era games. So if they're not the top quality, it's not the biggest deal. So I got 1 and 2 on Switch 1. Might as well just get 3 and 4 and just have the whole set together. Just get them both and get them together, and just keep it. You keep all that crap together. You gotta take it somewhere. You take it to the crap store, but you keep the crap together. Rick and Morty. But yeah, so I did not pick that up yet. at some point I'll get the Switch 1 version. I'm strapped for cash. Uh, so, any support you guys can give to the channel, it's great. I don't have a open thing to just give me money, but keep the views coming. Just watch the content and watch for more than like a couple of seconds. Engage with commenting, talk to me, because I'll talk right back to you. I usually try to get to everybody in as timely of a manner as I can. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell notification and see if it'll let you know when I put videos out. Because I do have at least one series that is a pretty regular, consistent thing. 9 a.m. Central Time on Fridays. A new Let's Play Tabletop should be up and ready to go. Did the first one last week. This morning we put up one for Breath of the Wild Switch 2 Edition, running on the Switch 2 in tabletop mode. So check that out, because I know I've already done like a video capture card version to Breath of the Wild. This one was filmed before that, so any of the footage leading up to that first Breath of the Wild Switch 2 video, that's what the tabletop is. I did that one first and had it ready so I could just upload it, and then so catch all the first beginning parts, not all of it, but most of it. But yeah, just keep engaging with the channel, likes, subscribes, views, comments, all of it. But yeah, so at the moment, no Tony Hawk, but it did come out today, so if you guys were interested, you could definitely pick it up. So with that said, the actual future for Switch 2 is kind of bare when it comes to actual Switch 2 games and release dates. Sorry, I was trying to open up the page that has all the stuff, because I've got the list. I've got a whole list so I can keep my track going and keep everything focused. Because my dad brain doesn't always work. So yeah, and it's so weird that we don't have a direct at this point, because we're mid-July and there's no direct. There is no major release dates for anything outside of a handful of Switch 2 editions from Nintendo, Donkey Kong, and some third-party games, and that's it. And it's like not even the biggest, most anticipated third-party games. Kind of feels like just a little bit here and there thrown in. But other than that, I also have 2 import titles, I think, in this. Yes, 2 imports have made it in. I did not do any Code in a Box import titles, because my own experience with getting the Devil May Cry trilogy imported was that I couldn't use those Code in a Boxes unless I created a Japanese region account, and I just didn't want to mess with all that for some digital titles. So I didn't include Code in a Box, but I will include game key cards releasing further on if they have English language support. So there is that. I think there was one that was in question, so I just did not include it at all. But alright, so with that, let's go ahead and jump into what these games are, and if I'm picking them up and not picking them up, if I'm interested, not interested, and what format they actually exist in. So starting off, we already talked about Tony Hawk, so we'll jump past that because that was July 11th. That was today. The next game to hit those retail shelves is Donkey Kong Bonanza. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So Donkey Kong Bonanza is the next game to release on the Switch 2 calendar. July 17th. I've got that thing pre-ordered at GameStop. It is ready to go. So I will pick it up that first day. Full physical game because it's Nintendo. So obviously they would just do a whole thing for their own stuff. And I'm excited for it. I am super freaking excited for it. Played the demo at Target. It was phenomenal. Both me and my wife were playing it because they had two setups. One was on a TV and one was just in handheld. She played one. I played the other one. Whew, there is a lot there, and it was fun. It was amazing, and I'm ready. I am ready for it. It's like 6 days from today. We will have that in our hands. We'll be doing some gameplay coverage and let's play tabletop for it. We're gonna do the whole thing. It's gonna be all Donkey Kong next week, so be prepared. Unless they do a Switch Direct, it will all be Donkey Kong. But that's next week, okay? And then following week, the day after the Pokemon Presents on the 22nd. So on 23rd of July, we got WWE 2K25 coming out. Would have been excited for this, but it's code in a box. And man, I did not care for their advertisement because they know what they knew what they did. Like they knew it. They had the wrestler. I don't know who she was because I really haven't watched much wrestling in recent years. I kind of tried to keep up with it a couple of years ago, because I got tickets and took my dad, my brother, and my nephew. This was before my son was born, which he wouldn't have sat through that anyway. But we went to one that was a live taping, and it was really cool. But it didn't mean that I knew who like any of the wrestlers were anymore, because I kept up with it as a kid, and then I just stopped watching. So I don't know who she was in the commercial, but she was holding the case up, and she had her hand perfectly, like just to use this as an example. She had it right here, and underneath her hand was the little bubble box that said "No card included, game download." Sneaky, because they knew they were showing you that it wasn't a key card, so you couldn't be mad about the key card. They just didn't want you to see that it wasn't even a cartridge. So we'll probably skip that one. Maybe next year if they do another one and they put it on the cartridge, I might jump back into wrestling games. It would be fun to do with my son when he's old enough to play games, because that was something me and my brother did all the time. We played all the WWF games back then. Attitude, Warzone, No Mercy, even the WCW ones. It was a decent chunk of my childhood, so it'd be fun to jump into one. I can't support a key code in a box at all, and I don't have enough memory on the Express card to handle that size of a download. So I have to try a little harder for me. But 23rd, and that week's actually going to be kind of busy, especially if you were wanting retail releases, because that very next day on July 24th is Super Mario Party Jamboree plus Jamboree TV, which is also pre-ordered at GameStop, and we'll do some coverage for that as well. Probably kind of the same treatment. It'll be gameplay footage on the release day because it's a Thursday, and then the Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern or Central Time, we will be doing Let's Play Tabletop. So definitely come back and check those out. And day after that, on July 25th, No Sleep for Kaname Date, which is a game key card. So those of you that don't care about game key cards, you can pick that one up. Though, I gotta be honest, I don't know if you're gonna find it at a lot of retails. And I say this because Sega released Raito Remastered. It was a game key card. It was the first game to release retail stores, or was supposed to, after the first day, like the launch day. That was the next game to come out on June 22nd, I think. To this day, I have not actually seen that physically sitting on a store shelf. It says you can buy it online, Walmart, GameStop, Target, Best Buy, but I went into Target. I didn't see it. I've been in multiple Walmarts now in the OKC, Shawnee, Chandler area. Nothing. I cannot find it. Like, they have not added a game to their cases since launch day. So it's a little concerning. But I haven't gone in today, so I don't know that Tony Hawk didn't slip its way into those cases. So if you're wanting that one, you may have to either pre-order it from GameStop or order it online. But haven't seen it. But the same day, if you guys are into importing titles from elsewhere, our first import title is Wild Hearts S. It does have a physical release. It's a game key card, but you can import that from some of the Asian areas, and at least one of those versions has a English support, like English language support. But also, there's Play Asia offered an English cover, like a full English cover, translated everything. So wouldn't even feel like an import, other than like the label on the cartridge would probably be Japanese. So if you're into that game, I really haven't looked into it, so I don't know if it would even really be worth it to me. But it is an import. It is physical to import only as a game key card. So let's keep that in mind. Jumping on to the next one, it's the second import title that we have in this list. However, this is a game that's already released digitally elsewhere. But they are doing a physical release for the Switch 2 edition of Fantasy Life I, the Girl Who Steals Time. And I don't remember if Play Asia offered an English cover for that, but it is getting a true physical copy that can be imported with English language support. So if you guys like that game, if you like the weird farm simulator, dating life simulator, RPG action games, that is probably your thing. It'd be similar to Rune Factory, so could be worth importing. And I don't remember what the price point was on that, but August 7th is when that becomes available. So that's the next one. And August, really, August feels kind of empty. Being next month, you would think we would have a lot more for it. But I mean, we got the Fantasy Life that you can import, but that's not helpful to us in the U.S. So our first one is Madden 26, Madden NFL 26, on August 14th, which is a game key card, but it's a football game. I don't remember too many of those actually making it over to Switch 1, which is kind of weird, but we are getting a Madden within the first 3 months of the Switch 2's life, so if that's your kind of thing, game key card. After that, August 27th is Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar Switch 2 Edition. Un momento. Logan, why are you playing with an empty Fire Lake cup? You're making a lot of noise, buddy. Get your toy chest open back up. There you go. Got Eevee, Charmander, boy. Alright. Had to set him up for a minute. Alright, so August 27th, we get another true physical cartridge. It's not like Civilization 7, where it was a code in a box, Switch 2 edition. That feels like it should be illegal. But it is a physical Switch 2 edition, and just one day before the next one that I've got pre-ordered, which is Kirby and the Forgotten Lands Star Cross Worlds. which is Switch 2 edition, but it's also true physical. August 28th. So right there at the end, we've got two, and like dead center, we got that Madden. That's what I'm saying. Like August is pretty empty, and even when you like look at some of the digital stuff, Dragon Drive is the same day as Madden, and I think that's it. I think that's all that we know going forward, which is why no direct is killing me inside. Like there has to be stuff here, right? I don't have to release a ton of games every single month, but it's starting to look really dry as we go forward. All right, that's it for August as far as physical retail type games. You got 4, and one of them's an import title. September's not a whole lot better because we've only got 3 things at the beginning, and the rest of the month is empty. And two of them are the same day. So September 4th, we've got Star Wars Outlaws, which is a game key card. Ubisoft's first game, which is kind of weird that Ubisoft took this long to put a game out, but there it is. September 5th is Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion, which I no longer have pre-ordered. Funds are very, very limited. And if I got to pick titles and what I'm going to get going forward, I'm not going to take that risk on Daemon X Machina at this time. So I've pulled that pre-order and is currently sitting on a second pre-order for Pokemon Legends. But it will move as soon as they give me some release dates for something like Kirby Air Riders, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, other things. Metroid Prime 4 would be a good one to move that to. We don't have it. So, but it is a true physical. Daemon X Machina is. We've got confirmation. I've done 2 videos talking about that, and they've put it out there on Blue Sky. So, yes, true physical Switch 2 game, not Nintendo. Should be buying the crap out of it. It also looked pretty good, just being honest. I don't know that I like those games. I have not put any time into any of the Daemon X Machina games, the original one, and have not looked into that new one enough. So, but same day, September 5th, is NBA 2K26, so you basketball junkies can get your fix on Switch 2. But it is a game key card as well, so I think 2K is pretty much just all key cards for this year, and, better luck next time, I guess. I don't know. But I don't really play a lot of basketball games either, so that's not a for me kind of thing. And then October is almost evenly spread out for its 3 games. Little Nightmares 3 now actually has some confirmation that there is a retail release. It's not just digital. 2 different versions, too. There's a deluxe edition for $60, and then there's standard for $40. Both of which are game key cards. I was hoping if they were doing a deluxe version, you might as well just go all in, do a full physical, do the extra crap, and charge us the $70, $80, and just let it be what it is, because I might have supported it for that, but it's not, and I really don't need any more things taking up space on my memory card, my Express SD card, because that's going to be expensive to replace every few months with more games. So if you think it's all just whining because it's not true physicals, a good chunk of this is I don't have room for downloading games onto Switch 2. It's just not there. So, that's October 10th. Jump a week ahead, you get October 16th, Pokemon Legends ZA Switch 2 Edition. Which, like I said a second ago, I technically got 2 of them pre-ordered, but one's going to switch off. But the one we're keeping the pre-order on is GameStop's. So, again, I'll be picking it up from GameStop. But know that most of the time, if it's GameStop pre-orders, it's because it's like 5 miles up the road, as opposed to a 30-minute drive for Best Buy or Target or whatever. And then I don't think Walmart does pre-orders with anything other than online. And I don't trust things coming in the mail on time. So, lastly, for not only October, but just for the list in general, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD remaster, remake, whatever. October 30th. It's a game key card. So, yeah, a lot of game key cards on that list. But it's also not a very big list. There's a lot of things without release dates and just things in general that feel like they should have been announced and are not announced. They are not even said to be coming to Switch 2. So, yeah, when people are talking about Nintendo Direct and they're really trying to like hype it up and hope for it and make these predictions, know that it's the fact that our actual release calendar is so dry and barren. It's ridiculous. Like I said, we had 6 games in July that are retail. And when I say retail, like these are probably like the biggest, fullest releases that you could get. Because a lot of digital only stuff is usually smaller in scale. Not always, but a lot of times. And if it's hitting store shelves, it's not itty bitty. So we got 6 for July, one of them being an import. We got 4 in August, one of them being an import, and then 3 and 3. It's empty. It's feeling Wii U year one empty, which I get. Games take longer to make, and I believe they were officially saying, or at least somebody had leaked it, that Switch 2 had been pushed back to 2025 to try to fill the calendar, to give a lot more releases at the beginning. And I mean that might be the reason that things like Kirby Air Riders and Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment and Metroid Prime 4 do not have release dates to this point. I fully believe Metroid Prime 4 is probably like finished and ready to go, and they're just trying to make sure of where they need to put it because other games that they're working on are taking longer, and they need to like close in those gaps as much as they can, right? So as much as a September release date makes sense for Metroid Prime, if like Hyrule Warriors doesn't get finished before the end of the year, or if whatever they were planning for the beginning of 2026 is not supposed to come out, Hyrule Warriors might get pushed to January or February. Thus, Metroid Prime might need to be the November or December game. Kirby Air Riders might also be pushed back to November, December, just to help fill that gap. And Kirby might not be done. Like, we haven't seen anything. They might be just really hardcore working on this thing to put it out. But being this close to the end of the year, and those were supposed to be 2025 games, or at least most of them, Age of Imprisonment was just said for this winter, which is why I still fully believe it's January, February. Maybe even beginning of March, if it has to be pushed out far enough. I don't know. It's all speculation until they actually come out and they give us some information. Um, that's all we got. I mean, we have that small list, and you know, of what's coming out, anything I would have interest in outside of what I have pre-ordered. Um, I mean, Tony Hawk, but I would just end up getting Switch One. Story of Seasons, maybe, but I mean, we picked up Rune Factory, and it has all of the farm simulator and dating sim type stuff, but with extra. So I don't even know that I would touch a Story of Seasons at this point, to be honest. Daemon X Machina would be good. Um, if memory like was not restricted, I would probably do Dragon Quest 1 and 2 to finally go through those games because I liked 12. I liked 12. I liked playing through 7 on 3DS. I just did not finish it. I was pretty close to the end when I just gave up the collection and sold off the 3DS in hopes that they would have brought that over, and they didn't. Um, Little Nightmares might be okay. Little Nightmares 3, especially if we're getting the first one enhanced and it's part of a bundle or like the deluxe or whatever. Um, that would that would actually probably interest me. I probably wouldn't pick up the game keycard version. I would just do digital if I'm going to do any of it. But I don't have the cash, so it's just out. I mean, Fantasy Life I seemed interesting too. And I did say my piece on the wrestling game. Like, it would be fun to play through a wrestling game. But outside of those, like I have zero interest in the sports games, the Madden and NBA. Like just none. If it doesn't have something crazy like a Mario Sports or a Sega All Star Sports with different wacky characters, crazy locations, odd, powerful like gameplay mechanics, if it's just straight sports and it's not motion controlled like Wii Sports and Nintendo Switch Sports, I'm just out. Like I can't. I've tried. I can't. And they release a new one of those like every single year. So what's the point of spending $70 on a game key card of a game that you're going to want to replace next year because people do it. People legitimately do that stuff, and that's why they drop to like 99 cents to $5 at most. Yeah, no interest in those. I've heard nothing but bad things about Outlaws. Like it's just a very broken game. And No Sleep for Kaname Date looks kind of weird. Kind of weird. But yeah, I mean that's so limited, so very not brand new system exciting. I gotta have these. This is why I bought the system because it's starting to feel a little bit like I don't know. I'm not gonna say I should have waited on it because if I waited on it, I wouldn't have gotten it. I would have had more financial issues and couldn't trade off the stuff for enough credit. Like it happened the way it was gonna happen. But man, it's gonna be rough for a bit if they don't give us something this month or even next month for a direct. But we'll see. Just hang tight and see what happens. I mean, Pokemon has a presents in 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks. It's less than 2 weeks. It's the 11th. It's 11 days. Pokemon presents. Now here's the thing that's most exciting for that, right? I'm pretty sure we've seen almost everything they're gonna tell us about Pokemon Legends EA. Like they could bring in a little bit of some stuff, things about the legendaries, new forms for Zygarde, something. Um, but that's not like a full Pokemon Presents worth of content. And yeah, they got all the little apps and stuff, but usually they update that on Pokemon Day. So why would they need an extra one in the middle of the year? I tell you why they need an extra one in the middle of the year. New Pokemon game. They like big, beautiful Pokemon game. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's the next generation. I mean, they could. They could tease it, and it could be like next year's. But we could also just get like another game like Let's Play or Let's Go. It's not Let's Play. That's a different thing. The Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee games. They could do another one for those for Switch 2. They could be giving us Black and White remakes, which would be great too. Because we've gotten every other game up to that point, so we could be getting not X and Y. X and Y would be phenomenal, but it would be out of order, and that's crazy. That's crazy talk. We're not going to go out of order. So Black and White could get a remake. Could be the next generation. Could be like Mystery Dungeon, where it got a remake. It could be another installment from the Mystery Dungeon series getting a remake. Could get a sequel to Pokken Tournament finally. Um, What else could they? They could do. I had heard somebody else talk about it, and they make a very valid point. Pokemon Rangers could be remade, and then with the mouse controls, it could work. You could do the whole catching them in a loop or whatever, and so maybe we got Pokemon Rangers. Maybe we see Pokemon Troze or Dash or Hey You Pikachu come back. I mean, we do have a microphone in the system. I think this is probably the best poised console to bring back Hey You Pikachu, and everybody could just scream at their Switch 2s, getting angry at Pikachu for not listening to what I want. It's like, no, you idiot, go over there and grab the thing. Uh, that microphone on N64 did not work at all. I think it just guessed half the time. But like there's all these different side games that they could bring back either for a new installment or a remake. They could come up with a completely new side game for Pokemon, or it could be any of the other things that I had said already. But I feel like there is a good Switch 2 announcement, like a Switch 2 exclusive Pokemon game that they are going to talk about in this Presents in 11 days. So, uh, we're going to find out. 11 days. We're going to see it. It's going to happen. We're going to see it. It's going to be mind-blowing. It's going to be amazing. At least that's where my hope level is right now. And they could just bring me back down to reality, and it could just be Pokemon Legends ZA. But I mean, come on, man. We've been talking about Legends ZA for over a year now. There has to be something new. So I will find out. 11 days, Pokemon Presents, and 6 days, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and 20. No, not 20. There's 11 days for the Presents. So 13 days for Mario Party Jamboree, and get to see all the new mini games with the mouse controls, the microphone, and the camera. Um, that'll be fun too. I did not actually. It's probably the one Mario Party I did not put enough time into, but it came out last year, and then we've been busy with stuff and baby on the way, and uh, this would be the time. Like if we don't get a Mario Party for a while, that's the Switch 2 Mario Party for me. So I'm excited for Jamboree TV. Not a lot of people might be, but I'm ready to try it. I'll try all the new things, and then we'll just play it. Like we'll just play Mario Party on there. But it'll feel good to have it on the Switch 2 with all the improvements and everything. I am just clutching onto these little things because they won't give me new things to be excited for. So, yeah. I think I've probably gone on about this enough. So let me know what you guys think. Comment down below if you're excited for any of the games that are on the release calendar. Definitely mention that below. We'll talk about it. Tell me what you're excited about, and maybe you could persuade me on some of these things. Probably not Madden and NBA, but that's okay. I mean, you can definitely hype you up for those releases. If there's anything that you guys want to talk about outside of that, Switch 2, Switch 1, previous consoles, anything retro, I mean, you could try conversing with me about PS5 and Xbox Series, but I don't own either one of those, so probably would not go very far. But definitely, let's keep the conversation going. And if I've missed anything on this list, definitely let me know that too. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell button for notifications, so you can keep up with all the videos. If you have not checked out the Let's Play tabletops, there are 2 of them for Season 4 that are both done on Switch 2, so definitely check those out. And yeah, we will see you guys next time.